Again with MIA Microflight. Today is October 13, 2025. I'm going to do a long version of the video that I just posted. It's a short version on this particular aircraft. This is a helicopter that I revamped back from the 70s, plywood and basswood. In fact, this is basswood, not basswood, but this is hard balsa boom helicopter that I did in the 70s. Go check out those short videos that I did. I explain more about that. Just to save some time in this video, I'm just not going to go into those details, but I am going to showcase this Swashplate that I'm about to install in this frame here. You can see the frame is all 3D printed parts. The Swashplate is I didn't want to retain the typical, the round Swashplate that's typically done on helicopters, and you'll notice that this is mounted on these two posts. This is what I called a fixed location Swashplate, because it is fixed at a certain height. In comparison with the floating Swashplates that are typically positioned on the shaft via a ball, a universal ball that grabs onto the shaft, and that's your pivot point. Here the pivot point is via these posts, so it's it's a more stable Swashplate doing it this way. It's also unique in the sense that I made this square and not round. So those are some of the features of this particular Swashplate that I decided to employ here. You can see this one has no ball, and that because it doesn't require a ball because it's not sitting on the shaft, but instead on these posts. So it makes making the Swashplate a lot simpler. You can see that I decided to retain some of the original components. These are the very same components that I use on that helicopter that I did in the 70s, the one made with plywood. These are really bulky by today's standards. I would not use something like this if I had to, let's say, start from scratch. But I wanted to retain all this because it worked with this, with these components back then. And even though the batteries that I used were also bulky batteries, NiCads. So with lithium polymer cells, which are that we basically should cut down the weight on the NiCad weight that I employed on the original. So that should kind of help with these bulky servos that I'm still reusing. And I did this just to retain the originality of at least some of the parts originality on that 70s helicopter that I did back in those years. So this is where it stands right now. I'm still working on the tail section, but just FYI, this is my gyro mechanics for the tail rotor. This works almost like an electronic gyro, except that it's mechanical. It's quite a lot of little parts there. It's a very complex part. I will show a little more of this once I get the helicopter fully assembled. So stay tuned if you're following these videos. I'll have some more coming up. Mario once again. Stay tuned.